Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. After being long, I had been busy with my health and concerns, so was not able to do this exam. But today, I will be explaining through the this RPA associate exam, which is like earlier I had made a video for the RPA UiPath Advanced Certification exam, the practice test. But today I will be going through the assessment, like associate exam, and explaining each and every question. So let's get started, and I will make sure that the link to my previous video for the advanced exam is also available in the description below. And by the way, I am Piyush Agrawal. So let's see. Based on the graphic, what is the output at runtime? First of all, a string value of 2020, then a split result, string value split at 2. Okay, so that means 0, okay, a blank, then 0, then 0. Then it says item in, okay, then item. So basically, how this thing will be split, it will be a blank, then 0, then 0. Because first of all, it will split at this one, 0, 1, 2, 1, and before that there is nothing, so it will be blank. Okay, now let's move to the next. What is the characteristic of an asset? All credentials stored or as an asset encrypted with AES 256 algorithm. I guess only credential assets are encrypted. Okay, yeah, credentials stored as an asset. True. Or asset information cannot be extracted by robots from orchestrator. False. Assets type can be changed after creation of these assets. No, they are fixed. Asset name in the get asset case sensitive. No, I don't think so. So we will go with the first one. It's true that it uses AES 256 algorithm, and I guess we can even change that, use other algorithms also. A robotic processes the item from a queue on 22 4 21 with queue items having the properties shown in the following graphics. Okay, robot will select the items to process. Okay, so the idea behind this, like I have explained in my advanced video as well. First of all, the queue item with deadline and priority both are given the higher priority. Then the priority level is checked. So first of all, these three, the reference 1 2 and 3 are given more priority than the reference 4 because they have a deadline to them. Then we check the priority level. The priority level of reference 1 is high, so first of all reference 1 will execute. Then we will check, since the priority is same, we are going to check the deadline, the which deadline is most near. So 21st one, third one is first, so this one is second, then reference 2 is third, and reference 4 is last. Since it has no deadline, so it is the least priority. Which characters can be used as wildcard while editing a selector? Simple, asterisk and question mark. A user wants to write a data table on an .xlsx file. Okay, however the file does not exist. What will happen if the Excel write range that is used to write the data table? The file will be created again, will be located in the file. A developer needs to ensure a string has a valid email format. How can this be verified? Yeah, simple, use the regular expressions. The UiPath's RE gives you a very good regular expression for any kind of email. Which job title will prevent the deletion of an associated robot? Okay, this one is like a little bit tricky. Running only associated robot. Okay, so robot is associated and there is some job is going on. So if it's running or pending, then also I don't think I can remove. And there is one suspended and stopped. Running only, I guess running and pending should be there, because a pending means the job is in the queue and it can be triggered to a queue or robot. Sorry. So it's like I just trigger a bot, but the bot or my system is only in processing any other process, then that job will be in pending state. Okay, and the one in the which is already being executed is in the running state. So at the moment the bot is busy and we cannot just delete that bot, because I guess that creates a problem in the main scenario issue. Okay, but we will just check it later once. A developer wants to remove the company name from the UiPath certification string. Which string function will return certificate? Okay, so from this I just need the substring of this one. So I will use this one. We will check what is the index of this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from 6 onwards we have got this string. So what I can do, UiPath dot string dot trim. Okay, so why not first one? Because if I use just 6, so it is going to return me this particular string like with a space before C. And if I use trim, it will remove extra space from the front and the end of the keyword. And if we see just the 6 comma 14, so 14, wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Okay, certification value is 14 length, but third is wrong because this contains the first space character also. Similarly, this fourth one is first index 14, which is like the n character. So that is incorrect. We will go with the second only. Trim. What describes an anchor based activity in UiPath Studio? Anchor based we generally use when we are not able to get a good selector or stable selector. So enables faster identification. No. Used to enter within that is unstable selector. Yes. Used with type of attribute within the activity. No. Second answer. Unstable selector. So we will use some find element or any other like same. Mostly I just use find element to choose a set stable selector for another activity. Which activities can be used as an anchor? Okay, find element and find image. I have never used find image, but find element is the most commonly used in various activities. So that just describes. Okay, it can be used as an anchor. What is the correct expression for displaying the current date in the output panel using a write line activity DDM? Okay, so it's simple. Just convert it to toString and give the format. This one. Now dot toString, or we have got format now dot compare to. Okay, we will just go with the first one that I have used with not only with now, with any kind of date format. If you just convert it to string and in bracket you just define the way you want that date to be, it will be printed. And the format was incorrect because the for syntax of something like string dot format, then we provide the variable and in which format we want that. What are the differences between full selector and partial selector? Full selectors are basically which do not need an upper level or root level selector. Simple example would be a click activity which you do on any web application, and one click activity you make using web recorders or basically desktop recorders. So they are just containerized within an attached window activity. Recommended to perform multiple actions in the same window. Pass include information about the top level window. Okay. Do not include information about the top level window. Wrong. To perform multiple actions in the same window. Do not include information about the top level window. False. Include about the top level window. Recommend perform multiple in the same window. Um, Fourth one is more proper. It's like second and third are incorrect because full selectors have all the information regarding the top level and all the below one also. And this one do not include the information. Partial selectors, they are basically they don't have the information. They have like when you use a partial selector, so by default it inherits the top level selector also from its attached window and other activities. Now, if we see with the first one once, full selectors are recommended to perform multiple actions in the same window. Passing to from the top level. No, like full selector we can use for different tabs also. For a same window, we would just prefer the partial selectors. So I will just set it to review and move to next page. Which function does the anchor based activity provide? Confirms the selector for the element is true based on nearby anchor element by using another URL as an anchor such as a specified area around the anchor element. True. Confirms the page is fully loaded in same place. No. Searches for a UI element by attaching to a reliable selector. Sense that no, there's no hotkey. Yeah, second one. When using the for each activity to loop through a list of mail messages variable, how should the type argument property be set? Okay, system.nat.mail.mail message. Yeah, that's just I have used this so much, it's sticking to my mind. The what are the different kind of variable names types that comes with practice. What is the correct sequence of statuses if all statuses are involved in the transaction execution of a queue item? Okay, failed in process, successful retried. Okay, so first of all, like a queue item is uploaded, so the first status is generally new. Then when we use a get transaction activity, so from then the queue item goes into in progress state first. Now it says that all the statuses are involved in the transaction execution. Okay, since all the status are included, then before retrying, like if something is successful we will never retry it. So in progress, then it should fail, because if something is failed, then again we will try to process that queue item, then retry. If it's failed, then retry, and this time if we are retrying, this is the final, it would be successful. So first progress, then it gets fail, then the bot again tries to process that, and this time it gets success. Which type of automation does UiPath support? Attended and unattended. Attended automation only? No. Hybrid and unattended? No. This one. So there is hybrid automation also. Hybrid automation is like where attended and unattended both are there. So example can be man in the loop, human in the loop basically. And the best feature that I found is UiPath actions for this one. When reading a CSV file with the read CSV activity, which property needs to be checked in order to include the column names in UiPath Studio? Hmm. Simple, has headers. If I want the column names, how can a full list of attributes of UI elements be displayed? Full list of attributes of a UI element. Okay, yeah, you can just check the attributes of any selector in the UI Explorer. That's the best tool given by UI. And using this, you can even find the children activities, children, child elements, and you can do various things. A developer needs to create a variable to store the value of an email address. Which variable property or field is optional? What is optional? Okay, so name is short. Default is optional. Variable type, I have to define string name. Some variable name is to be given. Scope, I need to define in which the variable value should be there. Default value would be like optional. I can give, or at runtime it can be populated. What is a unique feature? What is a unique feature of the UI Explorer tool? Allows the developer to repair, indicate, use wildcard, hierarchy tree. Because these things we can do in normal edit selector option also. A developer has added an invoke workflow file activity in a main.xaml to invoke the process inflow.xaml. Okay. The developer needs to pass a data table called invoice dt from main.xaml to okay. Which action needs to be performed? So invoke workflow activity main invoke the process. This needs to pass a data table. Okay. Since we just need to pass a data table, so we need to declare an in argument in the process invoice.xaml and just pass it. In argument the price invoice and done. In order to ensure a robust which selector should be modified based on UiPath best practice. Okay. In first, if I see, okay, we have got table call and table row tag td, ea name search. This one looks also good. IDX, this one is should be removed. Like it's preferable that IDX is not used according to the best practices given by UiPath. Acme download monthly report, AA name report here is string variable. Okay, parent ID is this. Okay, so as per the best practices, if we go, we should like change this third one and remove the IDX selector from here. And yeah, though like in personal I prefer using IDX for selectors where there is some kind of like a particular order is there, 1 2 3 4. So at that time IDX is very helpful. Just to find something like out of these four, it would be preferable to use IDX to find the second or third option. Based on best practice again, how many global XML can be set per automation project? Only one for the entire project, because it is able to use like detect any error in the main workflow. Stored inside a generic value type variable. Okay, so a generic value can store any kind of data, mostly int, string, boolean, and date. Yes. What describes the function of UiPath version control? Which describes, okay, efficiently connect to this at the same time provides to profit the comparison between the local file version one tracked in the repository. Provides the ability to prohibit the version comparison. Developer can effectively way to create larger collaboration multiple users. Okay. The function of version control is third one. Like develop an efficient way to create larger projects and require collaboration multiple users. Other things are like same, get version controlling us. All the uh, all the points are correct. They provide the exact things, but an possible effective answer is third one, because we use get TFS or SFN just for project collaboration only with our teammates. Which component UiPath platform is used to develop workflows? UiPath Studio. Main feature of a flowchart. Project's behavior encountered an execution error. No, that is our try catch. Ability to seamlessly go from one activity to another and index a single block activity for linear process. Yeah, that is true. Enables the creation of complex business and connect activities in multiple ways by branching multiple logical operators. Creation of complex business processes and connect activities in multiple ways. Like if I'm able to connect activity in multiple ways, that is a kind of like state machine. I can only connect one activity with another in flowchart, transition from one state to another. So we will go with the second. The third one could have been a possible answer, but the idea that connect activities in multiple ways, that is incorrect with respect to flowchart, because in flowchart only one activity can be connected with another one activity. It can like I cannot connect one activity with two and third activity numbers, though that is possible in state machines based on some trigger or action conditions. A developer discovered that a reliable selector is unavailable for a UI element. Okay. uh, that represents a button within a table. To ensure interaction with the button, which activity should be used to increase the reliability of the automation? Okay. uh, Find children can be used for this one. Like with the help of find children, we would be able to find the selector of a table, and within that we can filter it for a tag with the button label. Still, I will set it for review later. Which data type is used for extracting data from a Microsoft Excel file using read range activity? Which data type? Data table. What describes the file access level needed when using workbook read range activity? Works with .xlss file in Excel must be installed. No. Workbook we are using for Excel, no need. XLSX is also used, works with .xlss file in Excel, does not need to be installed. Okay, so these two not even need to be read, since this is Excel must be installed. Now Excel does not need to be installed, works only with .xlsx. That is wrong. Works with .xlsx is right. Like basically workbook activity can work with .xlsx and .xls both. So this is just a play of words. We will go with third. A developer has a workflow in which the value of a counter needs to be evaluated before the body of the loop is executed. Okay, just before executing, then we use while loop. To check the condition, a customer calls into call center to get an update of the current outstanding payment considering the following use case. Okay. The customer provides a customer ID to the call center representative. This was one, like bot cannot do this. Person would call, okay, human intervention there. The call center representative inputs the customer ID into a web application. Okay, data is scraped from the web application. Calculations are performed by the robot. The outstanding amount is provided to the customer over the telephone by the representative. Manual. So it requires manual intervention. Like first, as a call center representative, I will have to ask the customer for the ID. One manual intervention. Then I will enter it to the web application, or if the process is automated, then also I will have to enter it to the bot as an input dialog. Second intervention. Then the I will have to speak this back to the customer. That is the third intervention. So taking input, giving to bot, and giving back to the customer. Three interventions are required. When using an Excel application scope activity, which activity should be used to sort data table directly in .xlsx file? Okay, so we will use sort table or sort data table. So this is confusing. Hmm. Because basically there are two sort activities. First is like so UiPath provides us two activities, sort table and sort data table. So as the name suggests, sort data table, it is a data table activity which performs actions on the data table. And sort table, it is used in like with Excel application scopes generally to sort the table in the inside the Excel only. Now, which activities can be used to retrieve the value from a certain cell from a data row object? Read cell activity, get row item. Okay, it is the value from a certain cell from a data row object. Okay, so read cell is used to read data from a particular like data table. Okay, like I will use this to read a particular cell value from a complete data table and not a data row object. So we will use get row item. Get row item will give us that particular value. A developer successfully published a package from studio to orchestrator. The developer did not make any changes, published again successfully. What happens in orchestrator? Okay, so another package would be listed in the orchestrator. New version is sent to orchestrator but is not set as the active version. A new version is sent to orchestrator only if the release note for the second published were populated. The package will generate an alert that no change were made in orchestrator. Send is set as an active version. Okay, it is not set as the active version because by default, if when we just upload something, wait, if I remember correctly, okay, so a new version of the project is sent to orchestrator and set test as the active version. We will check it later also because what I believe that whenever you publish, just always the latest file is checked. Similarly, it was local system. When we just publish, the assistant just detects that there is some new file and it needs to install the version. What are the differences between variables and arguments? Variables are used inside same workflow and arguments passed between different workflow. Pass the data between activities inside workflows. Okay, this is right. Same workflow, pass the data between activities in the same workflow. Wrong. Inside workflows, wrong. Manage the data only inside an activity in the same workflow. Okay, so first one. Based on best practices, how can another workflow be triggered from within the current one using invoke workflow activity? A user needs to download a report for each month of the year and decide to loop over the months using a for each activity. Which data type is best to hold the value the names of the months? Okay, since we need all the months, so we will need a list of string or basically string array. Since okay, one more thing, like we can use list also, like a list of string which contains the values, but since it is asking for a best suited, and since we have a using we have to iterate over months, so there is a specific, like it's specific that there will be 12 months only, so we will use string of array, so there is memory optimization in that. During development, a breakpoint is enabled at a particular activity. Publish the package to UiPath. When the process runs from a UiPath robot in an unattended mode, what is the expected behavior? It will just run. No problem to breakpoint. Breakpoints are executed or work during only debug mode. So exception will have no impact on the process execution. Characteristic of a UiPath robot. Okay, cannot be deleted even if they do not have any pending or active jobs attached to them. False. And by the way, this is like if you just think of reverse of it, so this is cannot be deleted even if they do not have, if they have any pending and active jobs, the first answer. No specific permission is required for the user to create a robot. hmm I guess this is also false. Yeah, though in UiPath community edition we never found us in a situation where we need to allow us some permissions, but by default we are given administration permissions. Attended and studio robots cannot be used without a password. Attended and studio robots can be used without a password. Mm, I guess true. Standard robots can work on both standard machines and templates. Well, this is a tough one. Okay. Attended and studio robots can be used without a password. This I will have to check. So let's go to this. Generally, like we are unable to use studio or attended bots, at least in the community edition. So have never worked with them. Orchestrator already only provides us with an unattended bot service in community edition to run any bot. Let's see. Though a possible answer should have been the last one, standard robots like they should be different instead of turning on templates. So if I just go to my robots, where is that default? Go to robots, click on add, and a standard robot is created. Now if we see studio type, then it's asking me for username. And if we see attended, then this is also asking me for a username. And what it says, can be used without a password. Yeah, means we can use robots without a password. So work on both standard machine and templates. Still I'm curious. Okay, we will go with third one since we have seen that. What is a feature of the native screen scraping method? Hmm. Native screen scraping extracts hidden text, false. Supports a text, false. Runs in the background or extracts text position. These two are the possible answers. What is the feature of the native screen scraping? Native screen scraping is just what is present on the screen. So we will go with it runs in the background or extracts the text position. Hmm, well, any idea? I don't think it works in the back. Yeah, it will work in the background. Just screen is in the as long as okay. So native screen scrapping does not work in the background. It needs the screen to be in front of the like on front screen. So I will just use the first one and set it for review. Which argument type does the selector property accept? Which argument type does the selector property accept? Okay, it's a like a string. These are selector property system not string, simple. In double quotes, whatever I write, it can be used in the selectors. Which argument or directions exist in, out, and both? What is the output of the workflow? Okay, so it says string item equal add items 1. Add items has only one value with index 0. So this is gives me an error. Now here a null reference exception is there and index out of range exception. Null reference exception will not run because we are the add items one is add items is not null first of all. Okay, So that, and we are, what we are asking is index out of range. Okay, so this one, since we are asking for one and there is only zeroth index element is present there, so index out of range exception. A developer has created an automation process that includes main.xaml, then no supermarket using the following argument. Okay, market sequence right hand side of this is shown below. Okay, based on the shown in the graph is what is the output, the right line activity in the main.xaml. So overall, what this food's value would be? That's the question. Now, in this is a main SQL. In this, I am calling a supermarket. By default, fruits value is apple. Okay, and in shopping basket, I am passing the fruits apple value. Over there, I am changing it to or orange, and now it's asking what the right line active in the main.xaml will. Okay, so this will simply give me apple because the direction is inside, so the value will go inside and its updated version will not come out back to the main, so the main value would remain same, that is apple. A developer finished creating a workflow based on debugging best practices. What is the correct sequence of steps that should be performed to test and debug any resulting error? Okay, ठीक है. Run in debug mode, add breakpoints into throwing the exceptions, and at the invoked workflows that contains the errors. Select validate from the execute tab and remove any validation error. Run the workflow and find the execution error. Okay. Hmm. First, if I want to check like debug what is the issue, I will run the workflow and find the execution error. Okay. Then I will add breakpoints at it, throwing the exceptions and invoke workflow that contains the errors. Or wait, first I get the error, I remove the validation error, then I will add a breakpoint which are throwing all the activities which have given the errors and run in debug mode, because in debug mode only the breakpoints will stop at that particular activity and I can check at exactly how that is working. Which functions is available with an attended robot? Okay, started from the robot tray or command prompt. Hmm. Robot tray or command prompt? Yes, I can do that. Used for debugging and testing purposes? No. Unattended bots we use with the orchestrator. Ability to continue execution under locked screen? No. Responsible for remote execution? No. 1 minute. I will just put it for review. A developer needs to design a process in the following way. The process needs to validate the payment status field in an application. Mm, okay. There are three possible values in the payment status field named pending, paid, or awaiting approval. Validate the payment status field in the application. For pending, the person should check the due date. Otherwise, do nothing. Paid. Okay. So basically, it's a kind of switch. A payment status value is given, and based on that, there are three possible cases. One is pending, second paid, and third is awaiting. So we will just use switch condition in this. We are not using an if condition because by using that it will go into a nested way, like suppose there are, instead of 3 there could be 10 or hundreds of such possible values for the that status, then if else, it will go too much in the one inside another and will be very difficult to understand as a developer or as a user. Which UiPath Studio panel can be used to change the scope of a variable? Locals panel. Wait. I need to change the scope of a variable, so that's variable panel. Locals panel is for check while debugging. I can check the values. Outline is to check the information of warning log messages, and project it's for files where we are storing. Okay, so it's variables. Which activity is used to get and filter mail messages? Oh, so I guess filtering is provided by Outlook. Yeah, we will check it later. We are almost to the end. Can a package be downloaded from the assuming the necessary permission are granted? Yes, any version of the package can be downloaded. Which elements must exist for each dictionary object? Must exist item and collection. Which elements must exist for each dictionary object? Okay, so I guess key and value, that's it. For a dictionary, there is one key, there is one value. Okay, view marked questions. Now let's check again. Now this is the last 7 questions we need to review. So basically, job status prevent deletion of an associate robot. I guess it should be running and pending only, because in both the states the bot is waiting for one process is already in execution, another process is waiting, it's like attached to the bot, needs to be processed as soon as it gets free. So we cannot just remove it from the system. So we'll just go to the next question. Difference between full selector and partial selector. Partial selector is recommended to perform multiple actions in the same window. True. That's why only they are used in inside an attached window. In attached window, the partial selector's main root selector value would be the same of that particular window only, and thus they cannot work on any other different window. Then we have got find children for selector to represent the button with the table. Okay, so using find children, we would be able to get the uh, children selectors. Like basically if I have a XML tag 1 which is root node, and below that I have got multiple children nodes as well, from a table point of view, table, then table row, table row, table row, and inside table, each table row there will be a table division, td tag. So one of the children would be button tag also. So I can just use find children activity and filter the particular selectors from that collection for a one with the button tag, and that would be my particular button. Yeah, for this one, like I have tested it, like this is basically a new version is already is like and is not set as the active version. Like it is sent to the orchestrator but is not set as the active version, that is to be done manually. It's just like on local system, when we publish the bot, then after that we have to click on the install button to install the latest package before executing. What is the feature of a native screen script? It's extracts the text position, correct. Which functions are available within attended robot? Started from robot tray or this? So this one is incorrect, because when we connect our orchestrator to local system, it says always that used for debugging purposes. And ability to continue under a locked screen, that is the work of unattended bot, and same as the last one, because in attended there is some screen should be available and we should be present over there. This is Outlook mail message, only Outlook mail message provides such features. So guys, we are at the end of the video. Before reaching to the final results, I would like everyone to just like, share, subscribe and comment in this video, and in the description also I will provide links to my LinkedIn. You can contact me over there. I'm like a pass out from JCR's University this year only. I have graduated, so and looking for like I'm available for any kind of freelance projects and anything. You can just contact me for any queries or any doubts or any projects, like that would be very helpful for me to gain more knowledge. So finally, let's see the results what I get this time. 96. Okay, so I guess we did some, I guess around 2 questions we did mistake. Let's see, we can check and verify what are those. What is the main feature of a flowchart? How to use control flow? Okay, so I guess then the answer would be the complex one. To make complex flowchart, complex programs, for that we will use a flowchart. Okay, a developer finished creating a workflow based on debugging what is the correct sequence of steps should be performed to debug and resulting errors. Okay, So for this, again, I guess it should be that instead of running the workflow, we will first from like for debugging, the probable answer would be that we will put some breakpoints on the activities which have some kind of like we feel like the selectors are unstable, or this particular activity could give us some kind of problem. Then we will put a breakpoint on that, run the bot in debug mode. If we still found any errors, we will validate them, check them properly, and once all the debugging is done, we will run the workflow proper, yeah, without any kind of breakpoint. That's it, guys. So I hope you would like it. This video would be helpful to you guys. uh, my just happy new year. This is the last day of this 2020 COVID-19. With we all have been staying at home, and I believe that everyone would have been learning many new things all around the time they have. And see you next year with new videos, and probably I would be starting something new. Okay, see you guys. Do like and share. Thanks, bye.